Hello everyone, it's MaddDog32, aka JW Dolphin Fan. We are back playing some more Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Siege of Paris. So without further ado, let's get back into it. Last we left off, we were actually doing side stuff, and off screen I did all the Rebel missions, so I have all the rewards from it. I even have the Reaper set, and I have most of the Paladin set. I'm actually only missing the headpiece. But I was thinking we'd start this video off with this raid, and the reason why I want to start with this raid is because, as you probably noticed at the opening of this video, I got the scythes. Now, these are not upgraded, so don't judge them too harshly. They're upgraded to the gold tier so they can have all the slots and stuff, but they are not, like I said, upgraded to their max potential. Pretty decent, though. Granted, the two I'm using, one gets speed for, depending on how many enemies are around. So, this is probably the more natural speed. Pretty decent though. I legit think that's what sucks, is there's only 4 of them, right? So I can't necessarily say they're better or worse than the base game weaponry. So that seems a little unfair, you know? Like my Yorn's Viking over there rocking the Skades blade, right? But the problem with that is, like I said, I think the best comparison for these would be Dane axes, as what they're closest resembling to. But I like their moveset a little better. So it's hard to describe, like I said, because there's only 4 of them, and none of them really have good perks or look too crazy. Like they look good. They're like, don't get me wrong, but we don't have no Skades blade. We don't have no, you know, no Excalibur, no Joyce, which is one of the newer one-handed swords that we'll be getting in a couple videos. But we don't have nothing like that. And I really do like the one-handed moveset, so as good as our spears are, we might just switch to it if I like it more. So I don't really need all that spear stuff. I mean, in this maybe because the damage is like nice to have.
Give me a hand over here.
I always forget on my main account I switched them out for regular homies that you obtain through the story. Yeah, but we'll do this raid with them and probably switch over after. Like I said, they're decent weapons. I feel though, like I don't. That's what's weird, because compared to Wrath of the Druids, right, where you got Gaybolg and some of the sickles are like, some of the sickles are really good, right? The problem with this, I think, is that none of the swords outside of like the crit ones are particularly good, and none of the scythes outside the crit ones are particularly good either. And it's kind of the problem, because essentially you have to use like the mentor set or some type of similar set, you know, with crit stuff, like maybe crit damage or whatever. Like, and that's what's unfortunate, because like I like my health regen stuff because it just works better. Like I'm not even using the best version of the healing either, because I could be using the druidic set that you get from Wrath of Druids, and I have that on my other character, where it's just like every 3 hits you get healed, so you're just basically invincible. I have it slightly more balanced to have this set I bought, the Gothic set, when, you know, those before the Druid DLC came out. So this was basically the goated set outside of the mentor with Copus for, you know, healing and stuff. But yeah, so like I probably will just keep using the spears because they're just so good. But, you know, maybe I'll switch over to the swords for a little bit too. You know what's weird about these weapons too? Like, I'll try to show it off here. I feel their heavy attack is like the same speed as the goddamn like regular attacks. So these are all heavies. See what I'm saying? Like it's either A, the same speed, or almost like faster, which is kind of wild. Is that everything here? I can't actually tell. I always sit kind of far from my TV, so I can't always see everything. Oh yeah, pretty much. Well, no, because it would say rated. Is it counting over there? That'd be kind of wild. Must mean this then. Yeah, but if we had everything, it would be marking it. That's so far, though.
I'll finish you. Ha! Target practice.
That's another problem, too. So, the real problem with the heavier weapons that are not, you know, have some special perks, like, you know, the Isu weapons and stuff. The real problem with them is they do tend to have trouble with block. What the? God, just God damn it! Stop your wailing. There you go. Like I said, that seems to be the problem. I notice is that they just don't have any way to get through blocks and things. You know? Oh, there's a thing over there. Okay, that's what I thought. We're gonna switch back over to the spears because, like I said, they're decent weapons. I think if you just didn't care about, you know, like the game's difficulty. I'm not saying it's stupid, like harder with them. It's just less effective. So if you didn't care and just liked using them, that's fine. But this is kind of cracked. I ain't gonna lie. Is there a way to climb up there? Or do I have to? I don't know. Oh wait, is there? Oh yeah, I just have to go over there manually because there's no real way. But yeah, no, scythes are cool. We'll be showing off some straight sword gameplay probably in the next couple videos because we got to collect the last two, I believe, or no, well technically the last two. There's only two. You can get one from a quest, one from a different thing we're gonna do, and one just sitting in the world, and the other one's story related. So basically we'll have everyone until we get the last one in the story. So
Give me a hand with this.
hey, it's the homie. Yeah, but like look at that. Like that's Skatey's blade. That's a regular weapon that you can give to your Viking. It's an ice axe. It looks amazing. Alright, well it counts it as rated, so that's good. There are a lot of enemies down here though. I want to help my boy out. See what I'm saying? Like, that's just so good, it's ridiculous. And like, even on my other character, right? I'm using dual daggers, right? And it's kind of crazy because like, dual daggers are still really good. Like, and I do legit think it probably goes spears, greatswords, then dual daggers. Like, I don't think there's anything that eclipses it. There was a thing that was happening with flails to where you can do a bunch of damage, but they fixed it, so kind of got nerfed. But that's fine because you could basically insta bosses, which was ridiculous. Like I understand that nerf, but like I said, I legit think that the dang Gaybolg and Gungnir's cracked. Like before this weapon, I would say this is fine. Like spears were just fine because they didn't really have any counterpart to basically make a dual wield build busted. Like they had it was a Fafnir's Fang, I believe. It has some decent stats on it, but nothing too crazy. We actually are gonna head here. We're gonna head here because the little thing we have to do, I guess. Might as well just fast travel here and then go across. But yeah. So that was some scythe gameplay. Did a little raid, show it off. We'll be doing, like I said, we're gonna be going around collecting the last couple swords I need, and the reason I want to show them though is because the way to get them is in a cool way. So I think it's kind of like how, you know, I do the cultists. They don't have anything like that in this, and the rebel missions, which by the way ended up literally being nothing. Like, I mean, like, you had a cutscene. The was it Pierre? Pierre got a cat. They liked the cat. They had a feast cheering me and saying we're cool, and the rebels like got leveled up. That's all that really happened. Nothing really happened with it. It was just some fun side shit, I guess. Like legitly, like just fun side shit. It's better than like the like with the King's Orders, whatever, in Ireland, because at least at least there was some effort. It seems to put. I'm not saying they put any effort into that, but you know what I mean. It seems like they put a little more effort into that than they did that side stuff. But the more interesting I think is that I don't know if it was bugged, but I could go to a certain location that would cause the mission to say it's far away, but it wasn't, and we could legit. I just basically farmed the same spot over and over again, which was kind of wild. Also, I completely forgot we got the bear mount as early as we did. I didn't remember seeing the pop up, so we have the bear mount. It's cool. It has horse noises though. They gotta fix that. I ain't gonna lie. Let's make sure I'm heading the right way. I'm not. What the hell, marker? I had a feeling I was heading the wrong way. I thought I put a marker. That's some bullshit. That's fine though. I do like though that the enemy like scaling in this is like pretty high. Cause like Wrath of the Druids, like the scaling was pretty okay too. Wrath of Druid scaling's been pretty like I don't remember it being too high, but granted, Wrath of Druids honestly, I think the thing that's funny about this is that Wrath of Druids kind of had harder enemies, I think, because like the werewolves are pretty beastly, and then they had all the people like doing crazy like magic and stuff. But this DLC seems to be like, no, just throw everything at you. Like unlike the Druids, where it's like, yeah, there's a few guys, you know. And the only real new enemies is cavalry type dudes, which are pretty strong, I think, because they just they chug damage, but you can just kill them by hitting their weak point. But for the most part, those enemies are cool. I like them, but this DLC seems like just throw as many enemies as they can at you. Because when I was doing those rebel missions, they legit just like threw so many enemies at you. It was kind of crazy. I didn't even pick that up, but hey.
Simply beautiful. Mine, only mine. It was worth it. Truly it was, for you belong to me. Me, only.
Oh, my friends.
That sword you hold, the one you stole from the camp.
This door,
Yeah.
these men and I. But there is only one sword, and can be only one owner. Tyr's hand is now mine. My dear friends.
Here's hand.
My brothers, my kinsmen. They coveted it, but I could not let them have it. No, I had no choice.
An ulf-beared sword, made from crucible steel. I've never seen one up close. It sells for a large amount of coin.
There is almost no price that can match the sword. It has both immense power and beauty. Once you wield the sword, you will understand. Though that will not happen. If you want it, there is only one way. We must fight.
I'm paying them out, and I kind of want to fight them. I could just charisma. I think I have high enough charisma.
The one and only way it shall be. We fight.
Your confidence is heartening, but you chose wrong, friend. None can hope to hold against this master-crafted blade.
I'll take your word for it. It'd be kind of lame if we just skipped out on the fight. Well, you gave it an honest attempt.
Now to think.
Oh god! Water!
Sword of my own.
Alright, well,
Fine.
that is one sword down.
I should probably not let Toka see this.
Oh yeah, Togo will steal the hell out of it. Alright, but that is one of the swords. Where is it? Where is it? Oh god, not what I meant to do. Yeah, right there. It increases stun with each hit. Now, let me look at that. I don't think that's that good, to be honest. But I probably will end up using this because that seems the. I almost rather take that and like crit than the Joyce, which the Joyce adds poison on heavy finisher, which is cool. But the problem with that is that I kind of understand why they don't let you, but I also think they should. They should let you stack effects. They really should. Because the fact that I can't stack fire and poison kind of defeats the purpose of any weapon that lights on fire when crit or heavy finisher causes the weapon to be poisoned. It's like, well then, if I lose out on my main fire perk, why would I want that? Because poison's cool and all, and I used to use poison. I used it in the LP for the most part. But fire actually just adds damage and kind of just overall better in this game. It's not like Odyssey where like there seemed to be barely any difference between you know, fire and poison. Like I said, for the most part, I'm really enjoying this DLC though. I think it's such a conflicting thing because like it it it's not worse. Just the rewards in it for the most part are like, okay. So in Wrath of the Druids, right? We got one new weapon type, which was the sickle, and the Gable and the sickles I think were the only weapons. But there was like 4 or 5 armor sets, I believe. I can't remember the exact amount. But there was about 4 or 5 armor sets. And then in this, there's only 2. Like, literally only 2. And then there's 2 and a couple cloaks, which kind of are relevant because they don't have sets. So they're basically only working if you have broken sets on. And we have the scythes and the straight swords, which everyone wanted straight swords. And it's crazy that we got straight swords and another class of weapon, which is innately cool. But the stats on all of them kind of fucking blow. Like, the perks and shit suck. So you run into this problem where all the things are cool, but not useful. And I think that's a real problem. I think it's a real problem that all the cool stuff you get in this, excluding maybe the Reaper set, because the Paladin set increases damage but increases stamina consumption. And like, I feel like even on Nightmare, unless you're just using a shitty weapon like Dane axes or like Dane axes or just regular axes or even like you want to just hammers. Hammers aren't even that bad though, because Thor's weapon is really good. But let's just say hypothetically you're not end game, and you're not end game. You don't have Thor's hammer, but you want to use hammers anyway. Then I could see it. But even then though, I don't think it's that weapon does that armor, the Paladin's armor, does not seem that useful to me personally. But so we have to gather the keys to the Hidden Ones Bureau so we can get in there. So that's what we're going to be doing for the rest of this video, then obviously into the next video. And then after that, that's pretty much it for side content. I think I'm just gonna show off one-hand swords after that, and then pretty much just head on back to the main story. Now the real question is, where do we want to head to first? Which has the fastest way? I mean, this technically has the fastest. We head there and there. Yeah. But so it's in a weird impasse because so far, obviously, I haven't finished the story. I'm like, they have the black box missions in this, and which are really cool because that's the callback and people like those. But like honestly, I'm liking Wrath of the Druids more because, like I said, it introduced the Gable, which is like legit one of the best weapons in the game, I think, hands down. You hit something 3 times, it does damage to the stun bar, and it does a shit ton. Now, if they nerf it into the ground, maybe I could see arguments for the Siege of Paris being better. But as of now, man, with Gable and the sickles, and that's the real problem. I think the sickle perks were better for the most part. Not even better. They're damn near the same as the straight sword and scythes. That's also a problem I have, is that the damn perks all seem to be the same. It's all light something on poison, light something like on poison, and then add crit or increase speed. It is legit those 3 things. It is 100%. Every one of them have an increased speed thing, increased crit, and then increase or not an increase. They have increased health. God damn it, I can't talk today. They have an increased speed, increased crit, and then they also have um, light weapon on fire or light weapon on poison or vice versa. You know. And I don't know how this DLC will scale with lower level characters. I'll see, because when I play with my other character, I'll see how it scales to me. But it legit just wouldn't be. There's no use for them, you know. They're fun weapons, but you can get better weapons in the base game, in my opinion. Like, like I said, like
They will attack on sight here.
I still think for just base coolness and how early you can get it, because like let's talk about how early you can get it. You can get Excalibur earlier than Thor's hammer and Gungnir, because Gungnir is story related, and so is Thor's hammer. You get those 2 weapons damn near come back to back. So the fact that you can get the Excalibur so early, and it's pretty good of a weapon, it just doesn't have any good like companion greatswords per se that are free. I legit think that that you could just get so many better weapons from the main game than the DLC. The best weapon so far from both DLCs is this weapon, Beard. It's hands down the strongest. There's no debate. But that's gonna be it for this video. We're gonna come back on the next one. Obviously, we're gonna be going around collecting the keys for the Hidden Ones barrel, and then we're gonna see what's inside. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.